The foundation was, I needed a vehicle to admit the students that I thought had the potential to do college work but couldn't meet the admission standards. See, the ones that were normally admitted, we just admitted them. There's no problem. People said that change would occur naturally. We didn't need a program. But it didn't change. Every year it was the same. So I figured something had to happen that would take some programmatic leadership to make the change take place.
I really got to know Joe over the years when he went down to Irvine, and we would occasionally see each other. The day I had my cap and gown, I saw Joe. Joe happened to be here on campus. And I said, he doesn't remember me, but he did. And I said, I was the last student you got admitted. And he said, I remember that. And that was ironic. I was just about to go walk through graduation when he did that.
So EOP wasn't just some administrative, some little office on campus. It was a place where you went to talk about your future, and he used to ask 3 questions. He says, who are you, where are you going, and how are you going to get there? And those 3 questions guided us all the way through. And it was a tremendous experience. And he was just a tremendous positive force.
Well, I became a personal friend of Joe White. Joe led by example. I became connected with EOP, as many of us were, as volunteer recruiters, advisors, mentors, so to speak, for the new crop of students, which became hundreds by the fall of 1968. So I became an activist and a political student leader, and that's in that context, that was utilizing the opportunity, the door opening that Joe White gave us through EOP.
He used us as his recruiting force, his first recruiting force, because we all came from the barrio or the ghetto. So who best to go into those schools than us? And he knew Dr. White had an uncanny ability to tap into who we were, into our identity, and to help us to use that to bridge those worlds. And that's really one of the first challenges of the EOP program was, how do you bridge that world that I came into my first day here, where I sat in the back of the class and I looked around and there weren't any people that looked like me at all, or talked like me, or had an experience like mine.
It was always such an inspirational time to be with him, because he was very down to earth. And you remember all the mannerisms and his way of speaking, but he was always down to earth. And he led by example, by opening the doors, but also it triggered in our own way of thinking what could be possible to do, how we could even expand this door of opportunity for more students. That's what inspired me the most.
And the impact that Dr. White had on all of us, I think, was this sense that if you stick with it and you do your work and you turn your dreams into a vision, and you take some steps and you take some action, it's going to make a big difference in your life, and you're going to be able to do anything you want to do in your life. That was the kind of the message that he gave. And guess what? He's right.
I would say I continue to benefit from EOP because my creative juices are still flowing to keep on passing that torch on to future generations. And I think that EOP needs to be expanded. It has to be more in numbers, but also in the capacity to help those borderline students, certainly like I was.
Dr. White helped us to understand what was going on with us, because it was there was a lot of uncertainty, and a lot of us had doubts whether we could make it. But Joe kind of helped to give us that strength that says, of course you can make it. You're here in university. You know, you're a university student.
And so it was the wings to fly that Joe gave us.